Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today I am going to show you what I got for my prepper pantry. If you are new here, hi, hello. I would love it if you became part of our YouTube family. We make videos 3 to 4 times a week all about life here in Northern Colorado. We like to save money, we like to budget, and we like to prep. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and let's get right into it. So this week I had budget in mind. I wanted to keep it under $20, which I did. I actually kept it under $15, which was really helpful. I utilized my coupons and I waited for items to go on sale. There were a few items that I wanted last week that I knew would be going on sale because they hadn't been on sale for a while. So I just make notes like that when I am doing my groceries, and that's when I pick up my prepper pantry items. So generally I'm going for shelf stable items, as we know, but I'm also keeping these inflation prices and these predicted shortages in mind as well. So those are two things that you should keep in mind. I feel that everyone can stock up and prep, and they can do it on a budget. So I suggest that you study your area, figure out what is becoming a little bit more expensive, some things that you might see on the shelves that are typically not there, and items that your family actually likes, which is the most important of all. If you don't like tomato sauce, don't go out and buy a ton of it. Believe me, it will sit there and it will be really hard to rotate through your pantry. I will say that, and I haven't said it in a while, rotation is key. If you have not figured out how to rotate those items in your prepper pantry, then you really need to, because that food will go to waste. Again, I have had a 2-year pantry, a regular pantry, and then I have long-term storage, and that is kind of set it and forget it. I have a video on long-term storage. I have a video on things on your shelf that can last for a long time. So those are items that I'm not really worried about, but my 2-year pantry that I stock up on whenever there's a sale, those are some items that I do tend to worry about. So I'm constantly going through there, not constantly, maybe like once a month or so, and then I'm factoring that into our meal plan for the week that we're actually eating on a weekly basis. So I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if you have any questions, or maybe you need some tips and tricks on how to actually make that happen in your kitchen. I'm here to coach you through it. Just comment down below, or if you don't feel comfortable, go ahead and shoot me an email at mountainmommaliving@gmail.com. All right, let's get right into this haul. Here is what I got. There were quite a bit of sales going on at Kroger, but I tried to narrow it down, tried to keep it under that $20 mark, although again, I did come in under 15. So I was really excited. I could have spent that extra $5 on something, but I plan to save it. And that is a big budgeting tip for you. Even if you have that extra $5, try and save it for a rainy day. That is my biggest tip. That is what helped us go along with this prepper pantry for as long as we did on basically one income. So I'm hoping that these items may look familiar to you, because we've been talking about some of these items as a shortage. So let me start over here. I got the American Beauty pasta. They were $1 a piece. So I just went and got 5 of them. Typically I'm doing things in 3s or 5s depending on what I have in my pantry. So my plan with pasta, things like this, noodles, typically not spaghetti or lasagna, I guess sheets, but shells and penne and things like that, I'm putting them in jars and then trying to get all the air out of that jar. Or you could place these in Mylar and they could become your long-term storage depending on what pasta you get. So I always like to check the ingredients. There really should not be too much in here. There is a few different ingredients in the American Beauty, so this is something that I'm not typically putting in my Mylar bags, but if, 15 years down the road, we looked into the Mylar bags and the pasta wasn't doing the best, it would be a bummer, but it would be $5 wasted 15 years from now. So that's why I like to keep things on the cheap. And in the event of an emergency, if I can stay organic and as best as I can with ingredients, that's awesome. But if I can't, I am just worried about feeding my family. So I think that's another thing that we have to keep in the back of our minds. I think that's 5 tips now for this video. But I did get some shells, and I didn't mean to get the Italian trio. I saw these little spiral rotonis and rotonis, and thought it was just like that. I don't really like mixed pasta, but that's okay. We will eat it eventually. Next up, we got marinara sauce. My favorite is Rouse. We all know that, Raos Rouse, but that was $8.99. So these marinaras were on sale for $1. So I was really happy about that. I got 2 of those, and I sometimes get different kinds, like the beef flavor, but we have plenty of sauce down there when it comes to different kinds of flavors. So I wanted to keep it just regular marinara. Of course, we have our canned shelves as well, things that we've grown and home canned, but we go through pasta sauce a lot for not really being Italian. We love marinara sauce, so we got 2 of those. And then the diced tomatoes with green chilies were 50 cents. I got 3 of those, and usually they're $1. Sometimes I've seen them over $1. It's just Rotel essentially, but I scooped them up when I saw them for 50 cents. I grabbed 3 of those because there was only 3 left. They had spicy jalapenos, but I can't handle spice. My kids don't really like it. My husband enjoys it, but he can do without it. So we just went and got the regular Rotel. I get Rotel dupe, what we shall call it. And then more wax beans. I keep meaning to put the wax beans in the prepper pantry, and then I just eat them. So I got 2 for groceries this week, and then I got 2 for the actual prepper pantry. I really enjoy wax beans, and these are 79 cents at my Kroger. So that was really helpful. And then over here, I have Great Northern beans and black beans. And this was not from Kroger, so we need to factor in, let's see here, $2.50 more. So this was $17.50 altogether now that I think about it. But these are from the Dollar Tree. And whenever I'm at the Dollar Tree, I just try and grab a few dried beans because they are the best price. Pinto beans at Kroger are $1.69 for the pound. And I think a variety is important, especially if it's something that you enjoy, and we really enjoy beans. So we got 2 of these dried beans, and these will be stored in the same way the pasta is. So I'm just going to put them in mason jars and suck the air out, but these can actually be stored in Mylar as well. Dried beans are a really great one, and they last forever. Again, you have to look at your ingredients, see what they're being preserved with. There's nothing in this but beans, so we are good to go with that. Next up, spices. They were on sale for 50 cents as well. I've never seen this brand, but I haven't been to the spice aisle in a while because typically we are making our own blends. I will say we like to spice up our food a lot. So what we grew in the garden last year and what we dried and put away lasted us through the year. So that showed me I could definitely be growing some more herbs and spices. I don't know about you all, but they don't take up a lot of room. And a lot of the spices that we use are great in a zone 5B out here in Colorado. It gets super dry, it gets super hot, and you know, those oreganos, those sages, they last well into the winter. So that is helpful for us. But in the meantime, we got some garlic powder, Italian seasoning, garlic salt, and onion powder. I thought they would be great. Some of these, actually this is Smidge and Spoon now that I'm looking at it, but some of these, you know, don't have just one ingredient. Like this is dehydrated onion, garlic salt's the same way. All of them have simple ingredients, but some of them have some MSG in there, and that's where I get nervous about storing certain things long term, but I think these will be fine. I think it was one of the larger spice companies recently that just released most of their spices should last indefinitely. I don't know if I truly believe that with all the spices, but I'm sure there's a list that you can look into. That was one of the big spice companies, so you'll just have to Google that one. And then unbleached, all-purpose, enriched flour. I am going for the big flour in bulk, usually at Azure Standard, but those are in my gallon buckets right now, so I don't want to mess with it. I'm just going to use this for bread and such, but I do like to have them on hand when they're on sale. This was $1.49 this week, so I think we did good. Yes, we go through a lot of flour because we make a lot of bread. That's a good money saver. I talked about that in a video last week, but yeah, that is what we got. I think we did good. I'm going to get these set up and put away. Please let me know what you're stocking up on this week. I always like to compare and contrast. Let me know where you're from if you're new here. And yeah, let's get processing that. I'm not going to show you this cycle of doing that. I have videos on the channel about that, but if you're ever curious, let me know in the comments box down below if you have any questions about airtight sealing. It's pretty standard, pretty straightforward. Alrighty, my friends, that is going to do it. That is what I got this week. I told you some ways that you could store these items, but I always like to know how you would store these items or how you are storing these items if they are things that your family enjoys. So let me know in the comments down below what you're stocking up on. Let me know how you would store these, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
This time of the year, I can't stop asking why I'm struggling to stay. It's a mystery why I'm here. I guess I'm just too tired of fighting.